to my channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about my own TBR. I figured since in the month of August, I was primarily reading books that I owned for my newts, that I would just make this wonderful video showing you all the books that I own that I have not read. First up is books 2 and 3 in the Charlotte Holmes series by Brittany Calvero. I got these after reading the first one, and I just am looking forward to getting to these. Next, I have The Passion of Delissa by Julia Barry. This is historical fiction. I've heard it's queer. Next, I have Brightly Burn by Alyssa Dunn. This is Jane Eyre in space. Next, I have Amber Low by Alora Elena Donnelly. This is a fantasy book. Next, I have The Forest of a Thousand Lanterns by Julie C. I picked this one up because it was a retelling, and I liked the paperback cover better than the original hardback cover. I have Ink Mistress by Audrey Colehurst. I haven't gotten to this one, but I really enjoyed A Fire and Stars by Audrey Colehurst. I just haven't gotten around to this one. I have book 2 in the Shades of London series by Maureen Johnson. Around here somewhere else are books 1 and 3, but this is book 2, The Madness Underneath. I have Malice by John Gwynne, a big floppy fantasy book that I just need to find time to get to. I have Dear Sweet Pea by Julie Murphy, which I plan on reading before it comes out in October. Kingdom of Exiles, I got this one at BookCon and I just haven't gotten to it, but I'm probably going to be reading this one soon because it is paranormal and I've been on a paranormal kick recently. Next, I have Wicked As You Wish by Ren Shapiko. This one doesn't come out until 2020, so I haven't gotten to it yet, but I'm highly anticipating getting into this one. I just didn't want to read it too soon. I got this one at BookCon as well. Worlds of Storm and Shadow by Natasha Nung. I haven't gotten to this one yet because it comes out in November. I'm probably going to be picking this up either in September or October. I just didn't want to read it too soon because I also got this one at BookCon. Mr. Artist, I'll probably read this one during Nonfiction November this year. I just haven't been in the mood for this one yet. Song of the Dead, I have this one on my TBR after reading the first book in the series, and I love necromancy. I just haven't picked this one up because I don't want the series to end, because that is a problem that I consistently have of not wanting series to end. The Apocalypse of Elena Mendoza by Sean David Hutchinson. It's actually from Page Habit Days. So I need to get to this one pretty soon. Harshaw and the End of Time, left over from the try a chapter tag that I did, so I'm going to be getting into this one soon. The Book of Lost and Found, definitely probably gonna get to this one in October, let's be real. Fever 1793 by Laurie Halse Anderson. I'm not sure when I'm gonna get to this one, but I'm definitely interested in getting to it soon, but this one's not a top priority, especially since I got it free at my local bookstore. If It Makes You Happy by Claire Kahn is a book I pre-ordered this year, so I'm hoping to get to this one soon because I like to get to books I pre-order shortly after they come out, but I just haven't gotten to this one because it hasn't fit for anything, but I might read it during Contemporary-a-thon because it has the yellow on the cover. Next, I have one of my Book of the Month books that I haven't gotten to, and it is How Not to Die. Another book from that time I got books from the bookstore is Meridian. Again, this I might read in October because it's paranormal, but who knows? Gods of Jade and Shadow, I plan on reading this author's previous work in October, so maybe I will be picking this one up in October as well if I'm on this author's kick, but I'm definitely hoping to get to this one soon. Tell Me Everything, another book I got at BookCon that I just haven't gotten to yet. The Name of the Star by Maureen Johnson. This is the first book in the Shades of London series. I ended up not getting to this for newts and ended up swapping this one out. Speaking of books that I swapped out for the newts, I also swapped out The Last Name Sarah. So I'm going to be reading this at some other point because I'm definitely still interested in this one. I will also swap out The Stormcrow for something else because I ended up reading something else that fit for this prompt, but I'm still interested in that. I'm also still interested in Collateral Damage by Taylor Sims. I just haven't gotten to it yet. I'm not entirely sure, but this might be my flight book for on my way down to BookNet Fest. So this one probably will get read sooner than later. Another nonfiction book I just haven't gotten to yet is The Devil's Knot. This is true crime nonfiction. Typically save the nonfiction I own for November, just so that I have some outside of the audiobooks that I check out from the library. I should stop doing that where I save my nonfiction to November. We talked about this in my goals video for at the beginning of the year. Summer Assault by Katrina Leno. I put in a couple of TBRs. I'm just hesitant to read it because I know I'm gonna love it, but I don't want to read it, and because I'm gonna love it, it's a weird conundrum. The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. I just haven't picked this one up yet because of the fact the sequel just came out, and I don't like to wait for sequels. It's a thing. I have books 2 and 3 in the Trials of Apollo series by Rick Riordan. I want to get to these two soon. All I know is I'm behind. I should get to these soon because I'm actually liking Trials of Apollo the best out of all of the series in the Percy Jackson portion of the Rick Riordan universe. So I'm hoping to get to these ones soon. Next on Rick Riordan things that I have to read, I also have books 2 and 3 in the Kane Chronicles. I read the first one this month, so I have 2 and 3 left. I have The Tiger's Daughter. Can you tell that I put off reading my fantasy books yet? But I have The Tiger's Daughter. I have the 2.5 novella in The Name of the Wind series, but I have The Slow Regard of Silent Things. I have Dress Codes for Small Towns by Courtney Stevens. This one was actually on one of my 5-star prediction videos. I just haven't gotten to it yet because I'm worried that it won't be a 5-star because I predicted it to be a 5-star. Remember that conundrum we talked about with Summer of Salt? Yeah, that. I also have my last own unread Karen Slaughter book, which is Pieces of Her. I have the reprinted version of The Near Witch by V.E. Schwab. And I already briefly mentioned this, but I also have The Wise Man's Fear by Patrick Rothfuss. I reread The Name of the Wind earlier this year in preparation to read this one. But it's a bit of a chunker and I just haven't had time with all the readathons that I have been doing. Next, I have Bringing Down the Duke by Evie D'Amour. This one actually comes out super soon, but I want to give away on Goodreads for this one. It is historical romance and I'm super excited to get to this. I also have the 2 Daylight Falls novels by Dahlia Adler. I have Behind the Scenes and Under the Lights. This is the stupidest reason to not read something. I do not want to read these because these are the only Dahlia Adler books that I have left, and I love Dahlia Adler books and I could just reread them. But I don't want to not have A New World by Dahlia Adler, so I haven't read them. And this is a dumb reason to have these on my TBR, but that's the only reason these are on my TBR. And I found the 3rd book for the Shades of London series. This one is The Shadow Cabinet. Again, I need to get to this. I bought a series because of how the covers looked. Thrift books. The first one is The Ghost and the Goth. And you can tell what time period these are written in. Ghost and the Goth, Body and Soul, and Queen of the Dead. I'm probably going to read these in October. I'm hoping one of the readathons that I'm trying to participate in, I haven't figured out which one I'm participating in because everybody puts out readathons in October, but I'm hoping somebody makes a readathon that I could put these in. Another book that I haven't read just because I just haven't had the time is Darius the Great Is Not Okay. And I also have House of Salt and Sorrow. I picked this one up because it is a 12 Dancing Princesses retelling, and Heather from Aphrodite Reads has been raving about it and then was like, hey, it's super cheap. And I picked it up because it was super cheap and I knew I wasn't going to be able to read it this month, and this is literally the only book I bought in August. I knew I wasn't going to be able to read it in August, but I bought it in August. I also have volume 6 and 7 of Dream and Sun. I'm not sure how many volumes I'm behind now, but these are the volumes that I own. I have the entirety of the Hana and Hina after school manga series. This is female. I really enjoy this author's other works. She wrote Girlfriends. I just haven't gotten to it yet. I normally save this for when I need a cute female relationship because she typically delivers on that. So I have these beautiful bind-ups of Revolutionary Girl Utena. I literally picked these up because Sylvia from Wish Fulfillment was raving about them, and then I haven't read them yet. Have I ever watched Revolutionary Girl Utena? No. Do I know anything about it? No. I also have Strawberry Panic, which when I was just perusing female manga came up. I don't know if this is good representation or not. I just know that this is apparently female manga. That's all I want in the world is good female manga. You got recommendations, let me know. I also have Mockingbird. My partner actually had to remind me that we owned this because I almost bought a second copy one time. And I also have the very last issue of Silk. I love, she's my favorite spider person. I just haven't gotten through the last volume in her series because I'm a little bitter that it only lasted 3 volumes. I got the amazing Dawa omnibus. I watch a lot of manga anime recommendation lists, and this one came up for a really good school anime, and I have no access to the anime version because it's super expensive. So I was like, oh, the manga is pretty cheap in comparison, so I picked up the omnibus because I like a good slice of life manga. I just haven't gotten the time to it because it's a little bit of a chunker. I also have Heartstopper Volume 1. Everybody's been raving about this one recently. I just haven't picked it up yet because I have been reading everything else since I picked this one up. I also have Princess and the Dressmaker. I just have not gotten to this one just because I have no excuses. I've been holding this one hostage on my shelf for no reason. I also have my lesbian experience with loneliness. Another graphic novel that I just haven't picked up yet is Check Please Volume 1. I got this one pretty recently and I just haven't gotten to it yet. The last graphic novel that I haven't read is Fake Blood. Another book that I own that I haven't gotten to yet is Goth. This is translated Japanese fiction. I have 2 Jane Austen works left. I have Persuasion, which I've heard really great things about. I thought I've read Persuasion before, but apparently not. So I have Persuasion left, and I have this bind up called Love and Friendship and Other Writings. I'm not sure if I will ever get to this one. It's kind of one of those things that I got in a box set, but that I'm just like not 100% about. So this one is one that I'm like, I'm not 100% on if I'll ever get to you. Speaking of things that I'm not 100% sure if I'll ever get to, I have the first 10 books in the Wizard of Oz series. I've read the first one, just the first story. I haven't read 2 through 10, but I have 2 through 10. I also have Wicked and The Son of a Witch. Don't know if I'm ever gonna get to this one, because everybody seems very conflicted on how they feel about the writing of Wicked, but I have Wicked and The Son of the Witch. And I also decided that I should own H.P. Lovecraft, the complete fiction. Do I think I'm ever gonna read this? That's the real question. So today we learned I do not read at all, apparently, because I save all of my fantasy for the winter months, my nonfiction for November, my thrillers for October time. I don't read the books that I'm really looking forward to. What do I read? No idea. Are any of my TBR books surprising to you? Let me know in the comments down below. If you like what you saw here today, be sure to like and subscribe. I post videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Thank you so much for watching, and have a nice day.